Let me ask you straight out, when was the last time you felt truly in control of your own thoughts? Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of us are passengers on our own mental bus. Your mind, left to its own devices, will replay old disappointments, rehearse future disasters, or regurgitate random worries with zero oversight. Does any of that sound familiar? Now, you might be thinking, isn't this just how brains work? Well, neuroscience calls this spontaneous mental activity the default mode network. Think of it as your brain's screensaver, endlessly looping through whatever content it's picked up. But here's the twist. With the right mental strategies, you can grab the steering wheel. Let me tell you a story. Years ago, I watched a friend obsess about a failed job interview for months, reliving the moment over and over, as if stuck on a mental treadmill. But what if, instead of being chained to the back seat, you could move up front, take control, and consciously choose what plays in your mental cinema? Welcome to the heart of neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP, a toolkit for running your own brain instead of letting it run you. Think about the phrase, unfinished business. It's not just therapy jargon, it's evidence of how your mind, if left unchecked, can keep rerunning the same unpleasant scenes. NLP introduces the technical concepts of representational systems and submodalities. Don't let the jargon scare you. Representational systems are just the 5 senses your mind's language. Submodalities, they're the settings: brightness, color, distance, sound volume. Just as you might adjust the bass and treble on your stereo, you can tweak how memories feel by adjusting these internal dials. So, who's driving your mental bus? The default answer is not you, but that can change. Stick with me, and you'll learn to drive. Now, what if I told you your feelings about a memory are as much about the picture settings as the event itself? Think of submodalities as the brain's version of Instagram filters. Here's a quick exercise. Picture a happy moment. Is it bright or dim, up close or far away, sharp or blurry? Now, make that image bigger and brighter. Did your feelings intensify? More vivid? Most people report a surge in positive emotion when the image becomes larger and more colorful. Neurologically, these submodalities tweak the brain's emotional response by altering neural pathways, like adjusting contrast and brightness on a monitor to change how a scene feels. But let's flip the script. Take a bad memory, make it smaller, push it further away, maybe even drain the color. Notice how the sting fades? Research in cognitive neuroscience supports this. The further a memory feels spatially or visually, the less emotional charge it holds. Now, you might protest, but memories are memories. I can't just edit them. Yet, you do this unconsciously all the time. NLP's insight is to make this process deliberate. Imagine the power in being able to reduce the impact of painful memories with a simple mental slider. That's not magic, it's cognitive flexibility at work. So next time you're haunted by a regret, remember, you've got a control panel. Use it. Have you ever replayed an argument, absolutely certain you were right, until suddenly you imagined it from the other person's perspective? Here's the genius of point of view shifts, another pillar of NLP. When you recall a memory associated through your own eyes, you relive the emotion raw and unfiltered. Dissociated, watching from the outside, you become an observer. Psychologists call this self-distancing, and it's a proven strategy for emotional regulation. In one classic study, people who visualized their problems from a third-person perspective reduced distress and made wiser decisions. Try this. Summon an embarrassing moment. See it as if you're in the scene. Notice your heart race, your cheeks burn. Now, step out and watch it like a movie, seeing yourself from a distance. For most folks, the pain drops dramatically. You might even find yourself laughing at what felt so mortifying. Now, you might be skeptical, can it really be that simple? Well, here's data. Numerous clinical trials on narrative therapy and cognitive reappraisal show that perspective taking changes the brain's limbic activity. literally rewiring your emotional response. So, next time you're stuck in a loop of guilt or shame, ask yourself, am I watching the scene or am I trapped inside it? The choice is yours. Here's a bold claim. A lifelong phobia can fade in under 15 minutes. Sound outrageous? Let's unpack what actually happens. Traditional therapy often relies on talking for years, but NLP's dissociation technique rewires the brain's conditioned fear response by manipulating submodalities and perspective. Imagine someone with a fear of elevators. Instead of exposing them slowly, the process goes like this. They replay the memory from a safe, dissociated viewpoint, watching themselves, watching the scene, often in black and white, with the scary moment run backward at high speed. This breaks the neural pattern, what neuroscientists call disrupting the amygdala-driven fear loop, and introduces a new, non-fearful association. Skeptical? So was I until I witnessed dozens of cases. One involved a woman terrified of elevators for years. After a single session using this pattern, she was riding up and down, calm as anything. Clinical research into one-session treatment for phobias, like Ost's 1,989 study, shows success rates over 80% using similar protocols. Now, you might think, isn't this just a trick? But if the trick works and the brain's threat response resets, isn't that our goal? Remember, the brain is a learning machine. Leverage its speed, and you can unlearn fear as fast as you acquire. At this point, you're probably wondering, does any of this last? Is it sustainable or just a fleeting mind hack? Here's what the data and clinical experience show. When you practice altering your submodalities, shifting perspective, and consciously changing your internal narratives, you build durable neural pathways. Cognitive behavioral therapy, which shares many principles with NLP, has decades of outcome studies proving that deliberate thought pattern change leads to lasting behavioral and emotional improvement. But let's get practical. Imagine you're facing a setback, a failed project, a relationship stumble. If you replay it in high def, front row, with the sound cranked up, you relive the pain endlessly. What if instead you shrink the image, mute the sound, and watch it from a distant corner? The emotional charge drops, freeing up energy for solutions. Now, I'm not saying you should erase all negative feelings. Adversity teaches and motivates, but with NLP, you get to choose when to learn from the past and when to move forward. So, who's driving your bus? With these tools, the answer can finally be, you are.